It is Wednesday, August 12th, 2015, and this morning on Village in Motion, we're going to take a different look at Sudoku. I'm in the studio with Richard Smith, our Sudoku expert here at Green Spring, and he has a little different way of doing I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Sudoku, than you've maybe thought of before. Those of you who don't like to work with numbers, he has a solution for you.
Okay.
Richard?
You know, all the time you see Sudoku in the newspapers, you'll see it with numbers. And some people look at it and say, I don't do numbers. Oh, gee, you don't have to use numbers. You can use symbols of any kind, all right? So to get around that, you know, they look at these numbers, they say, oh, it's arithmetic. I don't do arithmetic. I don't do multiplication and that. Look at all these numbers, you know, they're confusing. Guess what? They're just symbols. They're 9 symbols. And you've got all the answers right there. Then the answers are 1 through 9. If you're doing a crossword puzzle, thousands of answers. You got to know all those answers? That's hard. And so for seniors, this is ideal. A great way to exercise your mind, get your mind going.
Exactly.
And we're going to show today, instead of numbers, we'll use letters. So we have to have 9 symbols. That's the whole key. So they chose, this was in AARP's magazine. And in that magazine, they said, hey, you can do it with letters. Use these letters, some arbitrary letters that they chose of the alphabet, okay? But there's 9 of them there, and that's what they're going to use. And they made up this puzzle, and they gave you some clues, okay? All these Sudoku puzzles come with a number of clues. The ones that they already put in are correct, and you have to fill in all the blanks with these letters so that it follows the rules of the game. Well, the rules of the game are simple too. You got all the answers, and there's just one rule, and that rule is applied 3 times. You want to get all those letters without repeating them in every row, in every column, and in every major box. You notice if you divide the 9 by 3, you get 3 major boxes going across, 3 major boxes going up, and in each major box, it's 3 by 3, so that's 9 boxes. You can put the 9 symbols in those 9 boxes, and without repeating them, that's the rule. The rule is get those 9 things, those symbols, in every row, every column, in every major box without repeating. Let's see if we can do it. And what we've found in our group, as we meet every week, we say, hey, look, let's start with the first letter, or a number, or a symbol, A, okay? Here's an A here. We can't put any more A's in that row because it's already there. But we can't put another A in this box because the A is already in the box. You can't repeat it in the box, or in the row, or in the column. So we'll take a look. We could put A's across here, but we can't put it down here. Oh, we can't put it here. This column's got an A. It's got to be in this column. Oh, it can go in 2 places. Yeah, there's no other A's over there. So let's make a little helper over there and say we can put a little A here and a little A here. Now you could do this and just keep that in your memory instead of marking it down. But put little helpers in will help you solve the puzzle faster. You'll be able to solve it mentally without putting helpers, but it's a lot easier. Got the little helpers in there. Helps your memory. We go over here and we say, well, we can't have any A's in this column. It's got an A already. It's already filled up. You couldn't put A's here anyhow. But we could have 3 A's in here. So the rule what we come up with our group is you can put in 2 if it's the only place you can put 2. If you can put 3, we don't do it. If you can put 4, you don't do it. Anything above 2, you don't put any helpers in. It gets messy, messy, messy. So, okay, we've finished going across. We can't do anything more. We'll go up and down. We have no more A's in these columns, so let's see where they can go. You can't put A's across here, and you can't put A's here because of this A and this A. We could put a couple of A's here. That takes care of that. And we come over here. You can't put an A here, but you can put an A. So we don't do it. There's 3 of them, okay? We'll come down here. We can't put A's here because of that A. We can't put A's here or here. So you can't have them here and here. You can't have it here. There's only 2 places left. We can do that. Well, as soon as you do that, you say, well, I'm going to get an A here, or I'm going to get an A here. I therefore can't have any A's down here. Oh, I got all the A's going across anyhow. I got A's. That's finished. Has that changed anything? No, I got a couple of A's here and a couple of A's here. There's no way of telling, do I put it here and here, or do I put it here and here? We quit on the A's, and we'll go on to the next letter or symbol, D. We can start in the same place. We got a D here and a D here. We'll take them out. We look. Guess what? Can only go in one place. So we just put our nice big D there. We got all our D's done there. We got 2 D's over here, so we know it's got to be in this column. I guess you can put one on the top and one on the bottom. Now you notice what I'm doing is I'm looking at this box and saying, well, there's a D. I don't touch that box. There's a D. I don't touch that box. I have to have a D in this box, and I can't put it in this column or this column. I'll put it over here, 2 places. If it went in 3 places, no way, right? Okay, so that took care of going down here. Let's look over here. We got a D here, and so that D says I got to have D's over in here. Well, I can't put them here, and I can't put them there. Whoa, look at that. I got myself a D. Well, I got a D and a D, so the D's got to go up in here, and I have a D over here. I don't have any other D's, so I can get some D's up in here. Look at that. We finished that. We came across here. We finished that. We come down here, and we have all our D's down here. We had 2 D's here. We didn't do any D's here. Where can they go? Well, you got a D and a D in these columns, so you can't go there. It leaves 2 guys. Okay. A D and a D. Now we look over here and we say, well, they could be, oh, we can't put them there, they're full. You can't put it down there. And guess what? You can't put it down here either. Well, why not? Because if you put a D here, you're going to get one there. If you put the D down here, you're going to get it up here. The D's must be in here. And so look at the power of 2. By having 2 here and 2 here, we now know that the D's go in the middle. Wow, the power of 2. And that's what we've discovered, to be able to solve all the puzzles that come out just using 2 helpers and limiting ourselves to 2 helpers. Rapidly we get to the right answers. Okay, finish the D's on the bottom. Let's go to E. Let's see what we can do. We got an E here and an E here and an E. They gave us all the E's. So now let's look up a bit. Well, if we take out, you can't put anything in this box, this is done, right? We got an E and an E. We come up and we say we take out the E's here. The E's have to go on the top and the bottom. Here's an E and here's an E. Well, we got 2 choices in here, but that doesn't matter. You haven't resolved it already. You just put them in. You know that you can't have E's in this column because of him. You can't have it in that column because of him. In this box, there's got to be an E, so we put 2 E's there. We come over here and the same thing. We're coming up here and we say we can't have any E's in the middle, so we could have E's over here and E's over here. We have an E down here. That takes out that, but it still leaves 1, 2, 3. Forget it. We come over here. What can we do? We could have, oh look, there's an E on the top and the bottom. There's going to be E's on top and the bottom. The same as we had the D's top and bottom. The E's has got to be in the middle. We have an E here. We don't have any other E's, but they got to be in the middle. They can only go in 2 places. So you can put that right there and put that right there. And we can go back and see what we can do here. 1, 2, 3 E's. That's all right. It's still that they are split here and split here. Gave us that. We're finished doing that. We can't do any more. We'll come up here and say we can't have them in the middle here. There's no other, let's see, we have an E down here. 1, 2, 3 E's are possible. 1, 2, 3. You can't have them in, wait a minute, I got an E here. These two are possible. And this one's possible. So 3 of them. We don't touch that. We have all our E's on the bottom. We go to the next letter, I. Are there any I's? Yeah, here's an I and here's an I. So in the middle here, we finish this box with that I. This box is finished with that I. This box needs an I. It can only go in 2 places, these 2. Any other I's in those columns? No, so we put little helpers in. There we go. So now we've finished the middle. Now we're going to look. I, oh, there's got to be 2 I's down here. No I's across here. So we can put an I and an I. Now I have a D and an I and a D and an I. Nope, take it back. I got DD, I, and if I drew this correctly, it would look like an A instead of a D. There we go. So there's nothing that's matching up here, but at least we got 2 I's here. I's and I's. We finished everything we can do in these 3 columns. We'll come over to the next one. Do we have any help here? No I's. So let's look over here. We got an I, taking that out. We could have I's on the bottom and the top here. Too many I's, so we'll come up here. We could have I, oh, we got all that done. We did everything we could on the top with I's, or did we? I don't think so. We have an I here. You could have, oh, they got an I here. I, 2 I's. We could have I's on the bottom. No other I's. An I here. I's on the bottom and the top. You can't have them over there, but you could have 1, 2, 3 I's. Go on to the next one, K. We got a K down here and a K up here. So the K's got to be in the middle in this box. This box has a K. This box has a K. We have to put K's in here. Got a K on the bottom, K on the top, so the K's got to be in the middle. Right? We took out the columns. We take out the rows. We got ourselves a K. All right, a K here and a K here and a K here. That finishes all the K's going across. Let's go to the top. We got a K coming up the middle and a K there. So we could have a K here and a K here. Oh no, this K takes it out. This has got to be a K. So we get a permanent K over here. And we now have a K and a K. The K's got to be here. Can't be in the middle, so we can get 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So again, you know, we have more than 1 possibility to go in this box. Fine, you could have 4 or 5 possibilities. They're just possibilities, but we've limited ourselves to 2 of the unknown. Okay, so that takes care of the K's in this column. K here and K there. So the K, we got all 3 K's. We come over here, we got a K here. We had 2 K's and a K, so that's all done. All the K's are done here. We're at the bottom. We had 2 K's here. We come over here, K, K, and we can get 2 K's. One of the nice things that has not happened to us, we got a D and a K in these 2 boxes. The D's can only go in these 2 boxes. The K's can only go in these 2 boxes. 2 numbers in 2 boxes, nothing else can go there. We can exclude those 2 boxes from any participation on the rest of the letters. So that helps a lot. Okay, we finished our K's. We go to M's. We got an M over here. And if we come across, we take out the M's here. We take out the M's here. We take out the M here. That leaves us with an M over here. Only place an M can go. So we get what we call a permanent M. We got an M, 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 all permanent. These are not permanent. These are temporaries, and we'll get back to them as we proceed in the game. We got an M here and an M here, so this box has got an M, this box has got an M. We got to get some M's up in here. No M's above it, so that's 3 M's. We don't bother with it. It's too many. We want to stay to 2. Come up to the next level. We come up here and we say, well, we got an M here, and if we go across, we got 1, 2, 3, but there's an M here. Takes that out. It's got to be just 2. So we can put a little M up there. And if I press too hard, I'll knock this whole thing over. But we'll be very careful. We'll put the M's over there. Now we'll look in the middle. We got no M's at all. So therefore, the M's are going to come on the bottom and on the top. And we can't do anything about it. We don't know where those M's are going to go. We just know they're going to be on the bottom of the top. There's 4 of them. So that's more than 2. We forget it. We come up to the top. Again, there's no M's. So therefore, we could have M's on the bottom and the top here. No good. Too many of them. We'll go over to this side. We got an M here. We got some M's here. Well, it's going to be here or here. Therefore, they can't be in this column. They're already in the column. Guaranteed there's an M in this column. Can't be up here. Can't be here because the M here, it's got to be over here in these 2 places. But there's an M here already. So we get a permanent M out of that. Well, that did something else for us, didn't it? No more M's allowed up here, so the M's got to be down here. 3 of them. There's no other M's. Again, 3 is more than 2. We forget about it and go on to the next letter, N. We got an N down here, an N up here, so the N's got to be over here. There's only one place to put it, right there. So we got an N, N, and N. We're finished with the N's. We come up here. We can't put N's on the bottom. You can't put N's in the bottom. You'll have to put the N's up here. They can go in 2 places, so we'll mark them in. So now we've got N's, N. We could put N's over here. Oh no, this N takes that out, so we get a permanent N down here. N, 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 no conflict that way. And going across, we got an N here, and 2 N's up here. No conflict going across. We got an N here. We got N, N. We can get 2 N's up here, except there's an N here already. We get an N up here. We got N, N, N. The N's are done. N, N, N. The N's are done. We come over here. We got N, 2 N's. We come up here. N, N. 2 N's can go here. So we got 3 letters in here. Perfectly all right. We just don't know who's the right guy to be in there. Except the A's can go only in 2 places. The N's can only go in 2 places. That means the E got to get out of there. You take that E out, he's up here. And so the power of 2 is coming into play here. These 2 guys, those 2 things can't have anything but A and N in them. So now we got an E up there. We got all our N's done. We go on to the next one because that didn't help us with the N's here. We go on to S. Now when I did this in the magazine, they had left these 2 letters on the bottom on the next line. I didn't see them. And I tried to do the whole puzzle with just these hints here, and I couldn't do the puzzle. I couldn't figure what's going on. Then I discovered they had these other letters in there, and then I went through and was able to finish the puzzle. So we're going on to the S now. S, S. There's only one place to put an S, right there. Looky here. So we got 3 S's. We got no S's going across here. We got no S's going across here. Where are we going to put them? Well, we got an S here, so we can get 3 S's in here. We come over here, you can get a bunch of S's. This S says you can get 3 of them. And over here, you can get a bunch of them. And over here, we got an S up there. Oh, 2 S's go in here. Because there's no S's to the left of him, and you can't put them in that column or that column. Got to go in these two places. However, you can't have any more S's in that column anymore. It's guaranteed to have an S here or here. Therefore, no S is allowed, no S is allowed. That is a permanent S. Okay? Well, now we got an S down there. Does that help things? We got S, S. You can get 3 S's in there. Come over here. You got an S coming down. You can get 3 S's over in here. So it didn't help us solving any further. We go on to the W's. We got, and of course, as you're putting more and more of these permanent ones in, it's limiting the choices that you can have, making it easier and easier to solve the puzzle. We got a W here, and we're going to use that W to do something. We hope. We look over here and say 3 W's, no good. We look up here, oh, it could be 3 W's, no good. Okay, let's come this way. 3 W's, no good. W, W, 1 W. There we go. We got something there. Now if we come up, do we have any other W's around there? No. This W takes out the middle. We can have W's in the corners. There's a W. Here's a W. Now we got, oh, wait a minute, we said AN and AN can't have another letter. Cross that out and get yourself a W. Well, now that we got a W over there, it just took out the D that was there. The D comes over here. So again, we had 2 choices. As soon as you take one choice out, you get the other one automatically. Now we got a W there. We got a W here. So the W's got to be down in here. There's no W's across there. So we're not going to do anything with the W's. This W says there's no W's allowed here. We can have 3 W's. That doesn't help us. We come up, or does it? Is there any other clues in here? No. We have 3 W's here, 3 W's in here. If we went across, we could have W's on the bottom in here. We got a W, W, W. That's finished. We come up here. We got a W. The W's have to be on the bottom. Are there any W's? Ah, there's a W here, so you can't be there. We get 2 W's out of that one. And you can't have any W's here because of that. You're going to have a W here or here. Therefore, you can't be there. Can't be up there. You get 3 W's going across. This one takes one out. Is there any other W's? So we'll put 2 W's up here. And we're finished with the W's. We got the W in that box, W's in that box. We come to the bottom. You can get W's down here and up here. We go on to the beginning again. What we do in the group is to keep track of what we're doing. We went through all the letters on the first round in red. We'll take blue for the second one. And of course, the original numbers, the hints that they gave us on the puzzle, were in brown. So we can tell the difference between what's actually true and what we think is true in the first round. Now we go to the second round. We got A's here. We got 2 A's here. We got 2 A's up here. And that looks like that's staying. We got an A up here, 2 A's over here, and an A over here. So that's staying. Nothing new there. We'll come over here. We got an A. We can get A's in 3 places. We come up here. We got an A up there. 2 A's here. So the A's got to be in the middle. Can't be there. We can get an A here and an A here. Well, now we got an AW and an AW. We can cross out the E because you can't have more than 2 letters in 2 boxes. And those 2 letters got to be an A or a W. So this is an E. We crossed out the E when we put the A in here. And so now we get an E permanent in there. We've done everything we can on the A's. I believe we haven't picked up anything else on A's. We can now go to D. We have a D here, and D there. D, D, D. We got 3 D's. We got 2 D's over here. This D is taking out that D, so the D goes here. and we can scratch that little D out of there. Okay? So now we got a D here. It's in the center, so it doesn't affect these two D's, and it doesn't affect these two D's. D's coming down, still says this is possible. That's possible, and we can't do anything about the pair and the pair, so we go on to the next letter, E. We got an E up here. The E's got to be on the bottom now, and we have an E down here, so we can get two E's possible. Okay, and we come down into here. We got an E on the bottom. We can get a couple of E's up in here. Oh, this E says can't be here. This E says can't be there. That's got to be an E. It took out an S, so we know the S goes here. An E here and an E here says the E's going to come up here, but this E says it can't be there. It's got to be here. We just took out an I, so we get an I over here. So we now have three E's here. We got three E's here. We just got to work on the top. We got an E up here, an E here. We got two E's. This E takes one out. So we got an E over here. That just took out a W, so we get a W over here. We have all the E's, so we'll mark down here. We don't have to pay attention to E anymore. We've got all the E's in. Every single major box has an E in it now. Yeah. 2 minutes to go. Are we going to finish? Probably not, but at least you're getting the idea of how to proceed on Sudoku. We have found out that putting these two helpers in really simplifies getting the answers. And that's what you're after. It's very satisfying when you finish up and you get it all right. Supposing you make a mistake. Not so good. You just about have to start over. If you do make a mistake and you notice it soon enough, okay, if it's the last thing you did, oh, you can just correct it. If it's one before the last thing you did, you might be able to correct it. More than that, boy, you probably have to start all over again working on this thing, because you're trying to get everything in every row, every symbol without repeat, every column, every symbol without repeat, and every major box, every symbol without repeat. So did you have any questions on what we're doing?
No, I have no questions.
Okay.
I work them a little differently, but it's still the same
Yeah, there's
technique.
many different ways to do
Yes.
it, isn't there?
Yes, there are.
But it's a lot of fun. It can get a little addictive, too.
They're very much so.
People get into this and they say, hey, this is a lot of fun.
I know one person who carries them with her all the time.
Yeah. And so we meet every single Monday from 10 to 12, but we meet in two different places. On the second and third weeks of the month, we're at Hunters Crossing in the card area. Mm-hmm. And the other Mondays, even if there's a fifth Monday, is over in Town Center in the, I think they call it the card room.
Okay.
And it's across from the library.
Yes.
So we sure like to see everybody come. We have some regulars, but we had over 110 people come by so far. Wonderful. And we'd like to have you sign up.
Wonderful.
Okay.
It's an excellent way to kind of not only fill time, but to get your brain moving.
Yeah, they did a study on this. They had over 1,000, maybe 2,000 people that they studied, and they found out they were living 5 years longer.
There you go.
What a surprise that was.
That's the reason. Just get those Sudokus going.
Yeah, gets the blood little, going up there in the brain and keeps you healthy.
Our paper that comes here every day has a very good Sudoku in it, and just take it out and start working on it.
Right. Yeah, we use the ones from the Washington Post. Mm-hmm. We'll do the Tuesday one, which is fairly easy, and then we'll do the hard one, which is Friday. Mm-hmm. So that those who are just beginning, they get the easy one to see the concept, and then those who want the challenge, they get the Friday one.
Right, right.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
It's a great way to go. Thank you so much, Richard, for being with us.